Kruger National Park. Welcome back. Come and join us as we cross the Crocodile River, reaching the Kruger National Park from the south and entering the park at Melilon Gate. This is one of many options, but one of the busiest gates, and we are at the start of school break too. But truth be told, it was not half as painful as we were warned it would be. Filling in a short form and paying our conservation fees all effortlessly, and being held by efficient and friendly staff, we were soon back in the hillocks ready to explore. With cameras loaded and smiles from ear to ear, we slotted in 100%, looking just like all the other tourists. Mind you, this look is all the same whenever we know it's camping time. As luck would have it, within our first 5 minutes in the park, our first animal sighting, a massive leopard, panting away under a tree and not perturbed by the masses, who was in absolute awe. Leopards are very shy animals and finding them is normally a hunt, but from what I have heard, come to the Kruger and get a completely different feel about them. And straight off the leopard, we ticked off one of the big 5. This place is completely different to what I expected, and the feeling of knowing this is only the beginning of the trip got us focusing on anything that moved. Wanting to capture more of the smaller creatures of colour, we slowly moved onwards. Kruger is home to not just the big 5, but also over 500 species of birds, 140 plus mammal species, over 50 snake species, and around 47 different reptile species. And all of this for a mere 380 Rand for 2 people per night per campsite, and a conservation fee of 122 Rand per person if you are South African. We booked a few nights at Berg En Dal rest camp, about an hour's drive from the main gate, give or take. When planning a trip to the Kruger, make sure about the gate times. It is March now and they close the gates at 6 p.m. and you can only leave the next morning at 5:30 a.m. At main camp, you have a fully complemented shop, a fully licensed restaurant, as always very important to us, and a very informative foyer with rhino replicas and facts for those who want to know more about these mammals. Looking for a campsite was quick, and we were not too concerned where we were going to park, as we had 16 hours of driving behind us and plan to start the next morning early so we can explore as much as possible. Early start here for us, 5:15 in the morning, and we are getting ready for breakfast before our game drive. Even leaving camp very early, it was clear we would see almost just as many cars on the road as we would hope to see animals. The road conditions were really not bad. Even the gravel roads we travelled on was well maintained, and a lot of that must be because we all travelled at tortoise's pace, which is just as well, because these little fellows are out and about a lot. And with the rooster bread being made outside, it will definitely be hard not to want breakfast stopping around here. Back at Berg En Dal rest camp, we had a quick nibble at the restaurant and went to explore the Rhino Walk. It's not far at all, not strenuous and really very safe, all inside the rest camp. You can look out into the park where a very dry riverbed runs along the escarpment. All in all, a pleasant day out. And with a fire roaring in the background and our tent looking more and more inviting, we were yet again off to an early ending of another beautiful day. Second morning in the Kruger, also with an early start, and what a start. As we were leaving camp, a martial eagle posing just too nicely, and right after that, two vultures sitting very homely nestled up in a dead tree. The weather was playing along, and even though ominous, the footage we got during this time was just awesome. Not that I am an expert in any field as such, but I do enjoy photography as a hobby and putting all the moments together, capturing our times away from home. Aiming to get to Camp Satara, which is around 150 kilometers from Berg En Dal. Keeping in mind maximum speed is 50 kilometers per hour on the main road, and guarantee you will have sightings, meaning you will stop, so it can be a full day's driving, which also is not a problem, seeing the reason we are here is to explore, and time is really not a main factor. And en route, a beautiful picnic stopover, Chokwane. Here you can order meals, drinks or hire a skottelbraai for only 30 rand and prepare your own breakfast. Either way, they cater for the works, and again a curious shop just in case you did not buy enough home-taking souvenirs. Leaving Chokwane, keeping on the main road, we had herd after herd of animals. That was just too entertaining, but still we have not seen the king of the jungle. But we were told that this area is lion country, so with high hopes we kept going, also knowing we had an evening game drive booked which seemed promising. Now this was a sight that reminded both Lizzie and myself of Botswana. Mammoth mammals stealing water the way of the wild. So we've reached the Satara rest camp here in the Kruger. It's exactly 10 hours drive from Berg En Dal. Left 5:30 this morning. It is now 3:30. It is not a long drive, just short of 200 kilometers. We didn't stop for breakfast at Crocodile Bridge. We actually stopped for a little takeaway, so we didn't stop and eat something like we said we're gonna do. But yeah, this is I've got a lot to see along the way, obviously, and then that takes up time, but this is where we decided to stay. So leaving Camp Satara with a tour guide on our night drive, my hopes to get any action or animals on camera was high, because this was our first outing like this, and as mentioned before, my camera skills is still work in progress. As luck would have it, this male lion came strolling down the main road, not hindered in the least, with a massive truck in its way or people shining flashlights at him. Seeing such a magnificent creature up close is a feeling rather left for you to experience in person. Truly amazing. With such a performance, I kind of battled to capture anything else on this 2-hour trip. I mean, how do I top this? Did I ever try capture this marabou stork in the trees before we saw this female lion and then head home? Leaving camp not too early the next morning, giving us some time to catch up on some much needed sleep. I came across this chameleon crossing the road with bright colors, clearly not camouflage, and almost looking like his little feet are burning as he rocks forwards and backwards, almost as if he is contemplating which foot to put in front of the next. Time waits for no one, and so it was time for us to leave the Kruger Park, but not without some more fun and adventures before heading home, as we plan to camp along the way at Graskop, Mpumalanga, and check out Pilgrim's Rest and its history. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys out camping very soon.